Don't worry, you can now right your wrong and go plan B. Abort his ass. 5,000 week abortion, baby. How'd the uncircumcised cock come to eat him? Yo, he groomed him for real! This man f***ed his life even worse than I thought. Remember when the nurse told you to protect your arms? This is what she was talking about. Don't worry, the real MC's here now. The real MC's here to clean up the bullshit. One guy taking his shirt off and another guy making dildos in his hand. It certainly is a interesting battle prep, but hey, can never be too ready, I suppose. 2 or 3 minutes is probably enough though, right? Like, it's not like they're rewinding him to the beginning of the battle, right? I feel like maybe that could have been argued as an ass pull, like, oh my god, plot convenience. But letting the boy have his fucking arms back is a pretty reasonable rewind, if I'm being real. I mean, I think we all expected it was going to be pretty bad for Shiggy, especially given that we've already known prior to this episode All For One's done a lot of shady things and seemingly manipulated a lot of things to his, to his desired outcome. But to realize how far the grooming actually went is kind of insane. And reminder to those select few who don't know, grooming does not just mean sexual, it's just what often people view it as. Grooming is anytime you manipulate a child from a young age into doing what you need to. And this man goes to such a degree that even Epstein probably wouldn't touch this. Bro literally, from day freaking one, manipulated everything into place, having the friends where he needs to, all so he could go to this outcome. This is some next level mastermind shit that is beyond top. Effective, but mess nonetheless. And I think what's so brilliant, and I wasn't worried about me personally, but I had some concerns with what they set up at the end of last episode, because I was like, okay, knowing how the anime community is, I see this being a very polarizing hug. Because at the end of the day, we know Deku wanted to save Shigaraki. He saw the crying child inside, and a character like All Might, a character like Deku, hell, even Grandma would want to save a crying child. That's who it is. That's who they are at their core. A character like All For One, you don't hug that. And while yes, there's no denying what Shigaraki has done, at the end of the day, he was a manipulated child from day one who was given the power and he had no idea what the hell was happening. The worst part too, wasn't he just like, everything was so crafted for this pain to happen. You feel even more guilty, but I figured if Deku's out here giving this guy a hug and that's how we finish the battle, people are going to say, oh, what's shown in slop, blah, blah, blah. Personally, I was going to be okay with it because I felt like they wrote it in a way that made sense. So to see Deku armless, still trying to hug Shiggy, and like him clearly having a change of heart, realizing that maybe darkness isn't his only friend, only for the uncircumcised cock known as All For One to pop up and eat him. I mean, this is probably the appropriate way to go, because really at this point, fighting Shiggy isn't who we should fight. I think we've cracked through that shell enough. Do I think he's even around anymore? Probably not. He did look like he got decayed himself. Though it's my hero. At this point, I wasn't expecting the cavalry to come in the way they did, so I don't know where we're gonna go, but that's the excitement. So beating the living shit out of him makes sense, and it's really brilliant how they went about giving that recharge without it feeling convenient. I forgot about what was going on with Eraserhead, because that happened last season, right? But the idea of like the friendship, like this is the power of friendship done right. This isn't just conveniently Natsu powering up every other second. Horikoshi wrote something so goddamn master level that is not getting, I think, the praise it deserves. Because I remember when these chapters were releasing in the manga, I just remember seeing people bitch every week. The loudest voices online just kept saying, oh, Horikoshi, why we stick with you for so long? I'm gonna wag my finger. No, you guys are fucking idiots, I'm sorry to say. Like, this dude may not have landed every single note perfectly, but if we go the route of really realizing this show had more in common with planning the ending out Attack on Titan than we first realized. And for those who know, it's not like, oh, you just dropped this like really crazy ending. No, it has to be interconnected so elegantly. Whether it's stuff like Eri breaking off her horn, we know she was being taught by the teachers. And yes, it's reckless. She might break her quirk. But look at Deku. He was breaking his arms every other day that the nurse was like, bitch, I can't heal you if you keep this up. It reverses enough that he gains his arms back, but not to the point that he's like fresh, like starting the battle like at the beginning. It's only 2 minutes. But it's enough. Him bringing in everyone. It's so carefully crafted that honestly, at this point, I don't think they're missing a beat for what I need this ending to be. And if anything, they keep dropping more and more. The way All For One groomed Shiggy into this exact scenario is master level manipulation, and he deserves the most painful of deaths. The way a character like Deku has, since he realized there was a crying child in his soul, wanted to hug and help him, is the most heroic and beautiful thing a number one hero should aim for. And even though he knew he would probably die, lose his quirks, any number of bad things, he decided to give it his all, and that is absolutely beautiful. Now, if you made it this far in the video, smash that like, help show you support. Subscribe if you're new around here. If you want to see my full hype and excitement, it's over on Patreon in full live reaction format. If you also want to help fund the channel and videos just like these. And hey, if you join as a paid member before the end of the month, you get entered in a 1-year membership giveaway to the Patreon. I don't really have an issue. If people have issues with this episode, maybe some people won't like directing, maybe some people won't like some of the small things. Honestly, the only small nitpick I have is that Grape Juice gave the dramatic monologue at the end. I don't like Grape Juice. I mean, he looks beat up. Yeah, does it look like he probably, put up a fight? Probably. You could have given it to any other character, bro. Goddamn. But overall, like, it's doing everything I need to. But if people don't like it as much as me, that's fine. Just don't try to ruin my hype, bro. My buzz. This is great. I just always believed My Hero would end in a fun way. I really did. Like, after seasons 2 and 3, I thought to myself, this is going to be a fun show. One that I'll remember and one I'll probably watch for many years. But I'm not going to, like, sit back and think, damn, this is a top 10 anime. Or it's one of the best anime I've ever seen. And while I still don't think it's going to be a top 10 anime for me, I gotta be real, thinking about it, the amount of joy I've had with this show, especially the past 2 seasons and how it tied together so many things, maybe it is a top 20 for me. I don't know, I'd really have to sit back and think. I don't really put a lot of, like, thought into it because lists like those can change so much, so I never really make a definitive. But at this point, I don't know, man. They could literally bend Deku over a fucking Ford truck at this point and just ram him with All For One. Yeah, maybe that's not the ending I want, but everything else, at least, that came before All For One decided to came, it was enjoyable. Basically, what I'm getting at here is that I remember there was outrage for the end. And then, similar to Attack on Titan, we got the extended pages or whatever, right? And then people were a little more okay with it. I already know that when this series does end, the outrage that you saw in the manga community will not exist for the anime fans. Because this is a common thing, and I'm going to make a video on this topic specifically, but I need to wait till this show's over to see the ending. The reason why manga fans will get more upset over endings isn't because they're lesser fans. It's simply because these are people who read something every single week or every single month without breaks. Where an anime like this comes out for a few months once a year and we're watching other stuff. We're not constantly theorizing and saying this is how it has to be, or we're trying to figure out, like, oh no, clearly the author's going this direction. So then when they don't go that direction, you feel more disappointed. It happened with Attack on Titan. People are like, oh my god, get ready for it to get canceled. No one's going to like it. And then no one gave a fuck. Everyone was perfectly fine with the Attack on Titan ending. Yes, it does help that it had the extended pages, absolutely. But even without him, it would have been as visceral as it was for the manga when it initially released. My Hero is going to go out as a very popular series. And I think it absolutely deserves the popularity. And I think anyone who wrote this show off at the early stages as being your run-of-the-mill battle shonen, are they going to admit to their issues? No, they'll double down, and I respect the hater energy, even if I disagree. But they're wrong. This show, it tied together so many things from so many seasons, I'm just left speechless. Bravo, Horikoshi. You brilliant bastard, you. Thoughts down below. Drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new around here. Yes, Patreon for live reactions and exclusives. Like, hey, I also like to give video shoutouts to those patrons. So today we got Rookie, Omega Alpha 83, Winter Naomi Vera, Aracito, Alexa DeFree, Kriza Wiper, and we also have Nugok 123. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. Have a good one.